Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's Didem from European Leadership University. I am the head of product at ELU and working in close collaboration with our faculty to design and develop our programs at ELU. And I am joined by Rainier today, our lead faculty in the Tech MBA program, which is our brand new program, which also we are going to talk about to you today. Over to you, Rainier, maybe for a little introduction, and then I'll start our conversation.
Yeah, thank you, Didem. Always a pleasure to talk with you. And hello, everybody in the audience. We are really pleased that so many of you turned up to listen a bit more to our Tech MBA new program. A bit about myself. I've been in the industry since long time. Started out with Apple Computer in '85. Joined other technology companies. Did an e-commerce startup in '99. Started my own IT management consultancy in 2004. And we changed that to digital transformation consultancy in 2015. And since then, did a lot of work, advisory work in data management, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and especially more on the, let's say, the organizational capabilities side. I'm not a mathematician writing code, but I'm helping organizations to really start and scale digital transformations in their organization.
Thank you, Rainier. A little bit about the flow, maybe that will be helpful for our audience. We will have about 30 minutes in this session to have a conversation about the program details, what it's like, what is the journey like, and maybe the application processes if you're interested. And at the end of the session, we would love to answer your questions if you kindly share them in the comment box. Whenever you have something on mind, we would love to respond to them. Yes, Rainier, why don't we start?
Yeah.
The conversation about the program. I'm sure people are looking forward to hearing more about it.
Yeah. Well, I think, Didem, to dive right in, the why of this program
Exactly
became clear in my work and in our work in the past years, where we see a lot of organizations where people are seeing the value add of digital, but have a bit trouble in understanding how to start and scale that. They have a bit of trouble in really understanding what are those technologies, how can they help in our organization, and what do we need to do? How can we really make that work in our organization? If we go back a little in history, I mean, we had the development of data. We have sensors, we have smartphones, we create a lot of data. And then with smart academics from university, they developed algorithms, and they say, hey, if we use those data with algorithms, we can make predictions. And with those predictions, we can make better decisions. So we can run a more efficient organization. Now, then came cloud, and then came the 4 and 5G. So those developments sped up tremendously. And then you had the new companies, the platform companies, who suddenly became competitors for long-established companies, incumbents who did work for a long time. I mean, Uber disrupted taxi, Airbnb disrupted hotels. So suddenly there's competition from way other sides that you didn't see. Now, what is digital transformation? Digital transformation is about using all those smart new technologies to improve and increase and consolidate your competitive position. And as there are a lot of those new technologies, you have to be aware of what's going on in those big, bad outer world, to see to understand how that can help you in your own organization. So that's the why. We see a need for a new generation of managers who not only have, let's say, the financial marketing organizational skills taught traditionally in the MBA, but this, also they need to have the skills for this digital age. So they should be able to understand, not do. I mean, they don't have to program, they don't have to write code, but they should at least understand on a, let's say, a conversational level what's going on in technology. So that's why we developed this course. And it's not about only the conversational understanding of technologies, but it's also about understanding what you need to do in your organization to make this work. So we have to work faster, more impactful, more transparent, more agile. You have to create a culture where experimenting is allowed, where failing is not a wrong thing, but a learning issue. So there's more things to, let's say, digital than only technology. There's also a large part which is organizational. It has to do with data. Do you understand data? Can you read data? Can you assess quality of data? And again, it's not that you all have to do that yourself, but as a let's say a manager or a leader, you have to be able to converse with your colleagues on a good way, and that is important for your success in the organization. And that's what we want to teach you in this Tech MBA course.
Exactly. The demand and the need is quite obvious in today's organizations and today's world in general. But one more question, maybe, to elaborate on the highlights of the uniqueness of this program. It's not a traditional MBA, it's a technology MBA. And how do you see the differences between a traditional MBA, which has been out there for hundreds of years maybe, and the program we have developed and we're offering now?
Well, I think that you can see this Tech MBA as an add-on on, let's say, the more traditional MBAs. That's it. I did an MBA in Erasmus University in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, and there we learned accounting, marketing, organization structures, sociology, which is good in itself. I mean, it was a useful experience, but we didn't learn about technology. We didn't learn about how technology can help you in your organization, because technology wasn't an issue then. Data was something like a byproduct of doing business. It was there in ERP systems and CRM systems.
Mm-hmm.
But now we understand that data really has value. So the big difference with the traditional MBAs is that we are going to talk about what is machine learning, what is artificial intelligence, what's blockchain, what is metaverse. I mean, metaverse is the new big hype, and there's lots of companies jumping on that bandwagon. But again, then there's a lot of confusion. What is metaverse? How does it relate to Web3? How does it relate to NFTs, non-fungible tokens? Well, that is what we are going to teach you. We're going to make you aware of, let's say, what is the metaverse in several definitions. How does it relate to other technologies, NFTs, blockchain, cryptos, whatever? And how can that help you in your organization? Because that's another interesting thing. Lots of companies are jumping on a technology because they think it's cool, and it is cool. But does it really support your business strategy? And that should be the first objective. Technology can be useful if it really supports your business strategy. And I think that's an important learning.
Exactly.
That's where we are going to talk about.
Yeah, and beyond the hype, what's the real value of these technologies, and how can you align it with your company strategy? That's
Absolutely.
one of our focuses of the program.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you see, there's let's say, if you have you've, let's say, very much customer focused companies, you have very much operational efficiency focused companies, you have very much product leadership companies, and they all need to apply technology in a bit different way. I mean, if you are a really customer focused organization, you want to have immersive, transparent, omni-channel interaction. You want to have an excellent customer service with chatbots that really do the job. If you're a product leader company, you're like Tesla. You want to bring the best technology in your company, in your cars, and do and make your clients really happy with it. So you really have to see what is the focus of our company, and then start talking about, okay, how can technology help? And then you have to understand what do we need to do in our own organization to make sure that the technology is implemented in the right way.
Yeah. Excellent. And how about the curriculum? Maybe people are wondering about the topics, the modules, the curriculum details. What is the duration? How
Well,
long will it take? And the modules, the topics. A bit
it's a serious
more
program.
on that.
This is a program that is under supervision of Dutch and English authorities. So we really make it up to class and high standard with certificates. We are going to talk about technologies, so machine learning, artificial intelligence. We could talk about data analytics, data management, important part. We're going to talk about robotic process automation, RPA, of course, immersive technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, metaverse. We're going to talk about blockchain, NFTs, cryptocurrencies. So we will give you a broad spectrum of, let's say, the current digital technologies that are available or developing, and we will give you enough information so that you know, or at least can talk with your colleagues about that in your organization. Say, hey, is this something that we should pursue? Is it something that we should invest in or investigate? That's the idea. Next to that, we will talk about leadership issues, about agile ways of working, about customer focusedness. So we talk about technology, we talk about organization, and those together will equip you with, let's say, the tools to drive this forward in your organization.
Yeah, using certain leadership capacities, tools, and stuff.
Absolutely. So change management is also an important part. Agile product management. We're going to talk about growth hacking. How can you really put your customer in the core, in the center of your activities? Do you really know their pains and their gains? Can you make end-to-end processes that really help solve the pains or improve the gains? That is the idea that we want to talk about. Innovation, of course. How can you work with? How can you start innovation in your organization? What do you need to do about that? With that, so it's really a technology, digital transformation, innovation, leadership, ways of working oriented program, and I think it's very challenging. Of course, I'm very enthusiastic about it, but I truly think it's a challenging, interesting, and motivating program. And we have participants from all over the world, so it's an international group of students. They will hopefully, and I'm sure, influence each other in a very positive way. Exactly. So exchanging ideas from let's say the East and the West, and they will meet in our program.
Yeah, that's where I was getting at. Indeed, you said it's a challenging program, and I have to agree with that. But how can we make the learning experience easier and fulfilling for the learning community? Would you like to talk a little bit about, maybe give us an introduction, and then I can also jump in with.
Well, it's of course it's a virtual course, so it's let's say like the modern way, but it's also a blended course. So it's many different learning activities. So we will have group chats, we will have videos, we'll have lectures, we'll have workshops. We have really subject matter experts who will give a lecture. Didem, you are even better in this part than I am. So maybe you can elaborate more on this part.
I can add a few things to what you've just said. Exactly, I agree. It's a community based learning. All of our programs at ELU are quite interactive and community based. We know it's an online program and it can be isolating if it's not interactive. So we wanna make it up for certain elements, of course, and you will become a part of community of your peers, of other peers around the world, of faculty members, mentors, facilitators. So you are not going to walk alone. And we do that using certain methodologies. For example, we have action learning methodology in the programs where peers can get together, get some peer support and coaching in a way from each other, so they can learn from each other and with each other during their journey. And there are workshops that the participants can attend in a regular basis. We have mentoring sessions, or either individually or group based, where the participants can get a bit deeper into the topics if they encounter any challenges, a learning challenge during their journey. So it's quite a community based, and also there is a self paced learning element. So I think there's a quite balance between the time where you want to dedicate to your studies individually and the community learning, so you will get to meet other people as well.
And I think, Didem, what's important to mention is that it's all supported by the Canvas, the online learning system. And Canvas is a very structured, diverse, versatile platform where all the let's say the communication is centered. The flow of the learning is being elaborated there. What you have to do, your assignments. It's all on Canvas, and very very well structured in a easy to easy to use interface. I think
Exactly.
that's
Exactly.
important.
How about, I would love to also add the flexibility of the learning journey, Rainer. Maybe I know many people are working full time. They have tight schedules already, but then they also wanna invest in their professional development at the same time.
Yeah.
So maybe it would be assuring to say that this is a part-time learning journey, and all the scheduling in the program is adjusted to the participants' time zones and schedules, daily life commitments, so they can attend, for example, the workshops, the live online sessions or action learning sessions, mentoring sessions, all these community-based activities. So I wanted to add that detail of program.
Yeah, true. Might be that we will have to do a workshop very early in the morning or very late in the evening. We'll try to accommodate as many as possible. And indeed, it's a part-time program, so you can do it at your own pace, although not totally at your own pace. There's modules, and the modules have a certain time period. So six weeks, and then a new module start. But within the module, you're pretty much flexible to allot your own time to your study activities. But lots of the activities are interactive. They're fun. It's not like you have to wrestle yourself through these thick books full of theory. We try to make it practical, action oriented. So I think it's going to be a great fun experience to be part of this Tech MBA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How can they apply? I mean, I'm sure some of our visitors today have already visited the website and they can see more
Well,
information on the webpage. But what would be the first step if they are interested in this program?
I would say visit the website, download the brochure, give that a thorough look, and then hit the apply button. And I think that it's open for quite a broad audience of people. I think our ideal student has an MBA, but that's not necessary. Also, a couple of years of working experience. The ideal student would probably talk with his management and say, well, this is what I would like to do. I think I can really contribute to our organization with the knowledge I will get in this MBA. So 2, 3, 4 years work experience with or without an MBA. And of course, you have to have a natural curiosity for technology. I mean, if you're totally not into technology, it might be hard, but with a little bit of interest in what technology can mean for you and your organization, I think you're going to be a great student. That's, I think, what we aim for. And it's truly international. We already have applicants from I thought Indonesia, Thailand, India, Europe. So that's going to be a great meeting of minds.
Yeah, very diverse.
Very diverse, absolutely. So, and that's great. I mean, culturally, internationally diverse creates the best results.
Exactly. And I'm checking the time also. We are good with time, I guess, and we still have a little bit time for questions, maybe.
Yeah, maybe about the accreditation. That's indeed a good point, Didem.
Okay. For those who would like to know about the status of ELU, the accreditation status, we are recognized by a UK accreditor, ASIC. You can have more information on our website as well. So ELU is an internationally accredited university and operating since 2015. And I am interested in further questions, maybe if you have any, in the comment box of the platform where you are viewing this session today. You can leave your questions and we would be happy to respond in the remaining 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
I will pause here for a second.
Let me just check the comments. There's one question here, Didem, that says, approximately how many time a week do you expect us to spend on the Tech MBA?
How many times during a week?
Yeah, approximately.
Okay, so I need to say first, this is an 18-month program and there is an ongoing learning journey. It's not like a semester or term-based learning journey, but it's a modular, and every week you have certain activities, and weekly you would be required or expected to join one workshop, 1.5-hour workshop, engage with certain digital materials, and meet with your mentor and action learning. So I can summarize the learning activities in a weekly that they can expect.
So that would be 3-4 hours, something like that?
Approximately, at least.
Yeah, okay. And there's another question, Didem, that asks, how about exams?
That's a good question. So let's all remember the traditional way of assessment. Remember, when I go back to my school years, we used to have like multiple choice exams, or very traditional way of assessment. We don't believe in that. Our exams, I don't want to call them exams. I would rather say project-based assessment or competency-based assessment. So all of our assessments are practical, hands-on, and they are project-based. So the learners, the participants will be evaluated based on very practical learning evidences, I can say. And the learning is competency-based. So the curriculum from the beginning to the end is entirely built on certain skills. So it's a skills-based curriculum, and also the assessment is skills-based. So you will be dealing with a lot of practical projects.
Yeah, and I think that's a very good way of challenging our participants if they did get the essence of what we try to convey to them, and I think that's good.
Yeah, I think that's the best way of putting the learning, the theory into practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I think that we have 2 minutes left. My final words would be happy that you were here, happy that you showed interest. Please go to the website, check out our information, check out the brochure, show your interest, and we will be happy to answer any other question that will pop up now or later. I think that speaking for myself, it's going to be a great program, really interesting, challenging, innovating. And I would be really happy to see you all here back in November for the first module.
Thanks, Rainer. And likewise, it has been a pleasure to be speaking about our brand new program today with you. Thanks for your interest. Thanks for showing up in the session today. And I would invite anybody to the program who is interested in leveling up their vision, their skills in this growing area as professionals. So please visit our website. My cat, say hello to her. Visit our website, and if you have any questions, you will see at the bottom of the webpage our admission consultant. You can directly contact him by email, by phones, by scheduling a meeting with him. So looking forward to having maybe some of you in the program in November. And thanks for joining again.
Super. Thank you all. Thank you, Didem.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.